Welcome back to CNH News. I'm your anchor Jasmine.
And I'm your Inca Grace. We have an important hot topic that is spreading wildfire toward the school.
Camden High has posted a new bill schedule proposal for next year. This new bill schedule is controversial for both students and teachers.
From what we are hearing, this issue has both support and resistance from staff and students alike.
This isn't an official announcement, but this is something we should look into because not only this affects teachers but students as well.
Our fellow CNH reporter Nina interviewed two teachers on the pros and cons of going to a block schedule for next year. Let's see what Mr. Identity and Mr. Job have to say about that.
There has been much talk around the building regarding the proposal of a new block schedule for next year. The idea is that instead of a 7-day period, we might go to an A-day and B-day schedule, in which where there would be 4 classes each day alternating every other day. Classes would either be 75 minutes or 85 minutes long, with 2 40-minute lunches at 11:45 and 1:05 each day. We are joined today by Mr. Identity and Mr. Job to discuss the pros and cons of this proposal. Thank you for joining us at CNH News to discuss this. First question. We have for both of you to explain the advantages and disadvantages of a block schedule. First, let's hear from Mr. Identity about the advantages.
Hey, so some of the advantages of having a block schedule is having more time to get an understanding of your work, ask for help from your teachers. If they're like struggling with coming to school, like they can have time to actually catch up and talk to their teachers.
Thank you. And now, Mr. Job, what do you think the disadvantages of the block schedule?
I think that when you make the class periods really long, there seems like there's more time, but in a lot of ways there's less, because you start to get diminishing returns on student and teacher focus. Once you get past minute 40, 45, I start to lose focus and I'm kind of just waiting for it to be over. And I think a lot of students feel this way too. So I think 45 to 50 minutes is a great length to kind of have a ramp up, learn something, exert your energy, and then wind back down.
Thank you. Okay, next question. Considering the demographics, what would be the advantages and disadvantages to student groups? Mr. Identity, let's start with you.
In regards to student groups, I think this would be really helpful. I've noticed that a lot of students have second jobs and like aren't able to make it to school activities. I think this would be a really good way of like ramping that back up, including students who aren't able to make it on a day-to-day basis.
Thank you. And now, Mr. Job, what would be some disadvantages?
If you package activity and club time along with what's usually work time, then it creates this kind of conflict in them where their club and the things they want to do are clashing with the things that they have to do.
Thank you. Next question. What subject areas would and would not benefit from a block schedule?
I think definitely science classes, because I've heard they've already struggled with finishing their labs. Art classes really struggle with like that 45-minute period. The benefits for a lot of classes could be across the board. This might be a way for teachers to and students to actually engage with project-based learning and interactions with the community for longer periods of time.
Thank you. And now, Mr. Job.
Well, I know my subject, math, has a really hard time on a block schedule for the reason I said earlier. It also creates this illusion of understanding sometimes because when you're on a block schedule, oftentimes you'll learn something and then you'll practice it a bunch in the same class period, but then you come back 48 hours later and it's not there, but the class needs to move on because you're on a block schedule, and the cycle of learning and then slightly forgetting and relearning is more frequent, and so you retain information better.
Thank you. Our final question in regard to who does and doesn't have voice in this discussion. Considering that only teaching staff may vote on the change to the schedule, what are the ethical considerations involved in making a decision that limits or disregards student voice?
I do wish that was something that was expanded to most of the population of school because their voices are important and should be included. I do wish that parents' voices were more included in the process as well.
Thank you. And Mr. Job, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with all of that. If you're a student, you should know that your teachers care about your opinion, and if you tell them what you think, you might affect their vote. So if you have strong opinions one way or the other, you should let your teachers know.
This concludes our interview on the pros and cons of the proposed block schedule. Mr. Identity and Mr. Job, thank you both for your thoughtful perspectives on this issue and for your civil discussion of the matter. With that discussion behind us, it's time to hear from students about how they feel about the proposal. Reporting for CNH News, I'm Nina. What are your thoughts on the block schedule for next year?
I liked it, but if you miss a day, you're gonna miss like a lot of time for your classes.
What are your thoughts on the block schedule for next year?
I think it's bad because I'm not trying to stay in math for like an hour long, and I bet other students wouldn't too.
To be honest, I feel like it's really like too long. Like we could just stick to our regular schedule like we've been doing. There's no point to switch now. Like what's the point of that?
I personally don't like it, and a lot of people don't really like sitting in a class for like hours.
Horrible. That's what I think. If we have 7, like the normal one, we'd have more interaction with other students. It's really not a good idea.
I feel like the class periods is too long, and some people might get stressed out at the fact that like the classes are that long.
Seeing how we did it for 2 days for finals, I think a lot of people were getting more passes, and it was just a lot of chaos.
I feel like with students with ADHD and people who cannot sit for a long period of time, we can't do that.
I think it gives us more time and opportunity to actually get more work done.
It's like iffy because you can get like long time but to like study and stuff like that, but I don't know about having 2 different schedules for odd and even classes.
I think that the classes are too long.
My opinion on the proposed block schedule for next year is that it's trash. Like, I don't like that 45-minute every class thing. I feel like we should keep our regular schedules and go to class, man.
I like it, but I don't like it. I don't like it because it's too long and nobody wants to sit in a class for over an hour, and teachers is. But then I do like it because you could get a lot of work done.
I feel like it should stay the same.
I'm kind of indecisive about it. I feel as if it's necessary because within 75 minutes you can get most of your work done, but a lot of kids have a low attention span, and I just feel like it wouldn't work for us, but I'm willing to give it a try.
If you want your voice heard for this new bell schedule, please talk to your teachers and let them know what you support and what you don't support this idea for next year. You can influence their vote.
Next up is Black Student Union Spirit Week that was held last week to start off Black History Month.
Both students and staff participated in these days to celebrate Black culture at Camden. Also, BSU and the senior committees has worked together to plan a Valentine's Day dance on Friday.
We sent reporters Clara and Tia to interview Khalees and Jeremy from BSU and the senior committee about Spirit Week and the dance. Let's see what they found out.
First, we would like to speak about the Spirit Week. This was planned by Black Student Union. Khalees, what were the themes for different days?
Monday was Black Icon Day / TV Character Day. Tuesday was Black Athletes. So, you could show up in a jersey or just like honoring, your Black athletes. Wednesday, it was Barbecue Dads versus Soccer Moms. Thursday is Throwback Thursday because you gotta have Throwback Thursday. And Friday is Black Love Day.
This month is Black History Month. So what is the connection between the Spirit Week themes and the Black History Month?
Just for some of them were just for fun. Black Icon Day, honoring your famous Black people who have paved the way for the rest of us. And Throwback Thursday, it's really like the 90s style, and Black people created that as well. So I feel like that's we're paying homage to Black people as well.
Thank you. Now we would like to talk about the Valentine's dance. This event was planned by Black Student Union and the senior committee together. At what day and during what time will it go on?
The dance will be happening on Valentine's Day, which is a Friday. We don't have school that day, so yeah. And the time is 5:30 to 8:30.
At homecoming, we had a place to take pictures. Will there be a photo booth or a backdrop again?
Yes, there will be a photo booth and a backdrop.
Thanks so much for organizing this event for us.
No problem.
Reporting for CNH News, Clara
and Tia.
Back to you, Jasmine and Grace.
Our next segment involves learning how to promote our CNH News Network brand. Apparently, this is an important thing according to our advisor.
Okay, guys, we gotta do bumpers. These are really important to promote the network. All right?
One way to promote your news network is to have bumpers, or a really short segment where you say where you are, who you are, and what network you're representing. CNH News went out into the halls of Camden High to identify important places and then introduce our reporting team, including our new CNH members of the new semester. Let's see where they went, what they found throughout the building.
Outside the school-based clinic, I'm Ping, and this is CNH.
In the math hallway, I'm Hayden, and this is CNH.
In the language hallway, I'm Avila, and this is CNH.
In the second floor balcony, I'm Amira, and this is CNH.
In the wrestling gym, I'm Tia, and this is CNH.
Outside of Hmong language classroom, I'm Lashia, and this is CNH.
In the art hallway, I'm Jasmine, and this is CNH.
Outside the Beacons room, I'm Teddy. This is CNH.
Standing next to the trophy case, I'm Rueda, and this is CNH.
Inside the prop room, I'm Clara, and this is CNH.
By a random student in the hallway, this is Eleanor, and this is CNH.
Next to a World War II Aero-Japanese doll donated to ACC by the Ekstrom family. I'm Matthew, and this is CNH.
Outside of Miss Magnuson's class, I'm Ion, and this is CNH.
We're busting in Mr. Wells' room. My name is Eduardo, and this is CNH.
Standing near a mysterious tiny door, I'm Adrian, and this is CNH.
Standing next to a green squiggle on the wall, I'm Grace, and this is CNH.
Standing next to the defibrillator, I'm D. Smith, and this is CNH.
Standing next to a roll of toilet paper on the stairs, I'm Nina, and this is CNH.
We hope you enjoyed seeing the school building through our bumpers promotion. We also hope you got to know our new reporters for second semester. Now we move on to our favorite segment, Staff of the Week. The students report that she's welcoming and creates a supportive environment for her students. She also arrived to school early in the morning so she can welcome her students. Can you guess who it is? Let's go to reporters Tia and Clara to interview this Staff of the Week.
Hello, Ms. Stumpbeck. CNH News is here to honor you in this week's episode as our Staff of the Week. Your classroom is known for a welcoming and supportive environment for students to be themselves in.
Students say that your class is a safe space to ask questions, make mistakes, and then grow from them. It is an achievable class for every student at their own pace. You also respect every student and support their decisions.
We think you are a great health teacher, but also appreciate that you get here early in the morning for 0 hour to teach us how to drive.
We also love your warmth and caring approach to students in your classes.
We appreciate you as a staff in our school, and for these reasons you have been chosen as our Staff of the Week.
Do you want to say something to your students?
Wow, this is like 27 years, and thank you both. I love having you in class. I love ninth graders. That's really nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stembeck. Reporting for CNH News, I'm Tia.
And I'm Clara.
Back to you, Jasmine and Grace.
Congratulations to Ms. Thunderbeck for winning Staff of the Week. As ever, for more Staff of the Week, please stay tuned for our upcoming episodes. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for watching, and if you want more episodes, please like and subscribe in order to keep updated with the CNH News crew. You can find us on YouTube by searching @Camden News Hour. Stay tuned next time for our feature hot topic on Black History Month and the upcoming Night of Black Excellence show. This is Jasmine and Grace, and we'll see
you
in the next one.
This is CNH.
This new bill schedule is controversial for both students and teachers. From what we are hearing, controversial. From what we are hearing, this issue both support and resistance. I don't know why I kept saying re. Let's see what Mr. Identity. Oh wait, cut that. Recent report Had to interview Kelsey.
Khalees.
Okay. Wait, can I restart it? Okay. We sent reporters Clara and Tia to interview Kelsey. Khalees. Oh,
Khalees.
Khalees.
Okay.
We sent reporters Clara and Tia to interview Khalees. Sorry. Kelsley. Kelsley. Oh, Khalees. Wait, Khalees. It's Khalees. Okay. We hope you enjoy seeing the school building. School building. Stay tuned for more Staff of the Week and our. That was not on the line.
Outside the most dysfunctional classroom at Camden High, I'm Compton, and this is CNH.